Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Lightyear, a Disney Pixel movie. Let's get into it. So, subscribe to the channel and like the video as we proceed. Now, if you've been following my channel, from time to time, I will review an animated film. And majority of the time, if I'm reviewing it, it's because the message or the movie is really just it's an adult film but placed in animation. And of course, Lightyear, from Buzz Lightyear, the Toy Story series, that character itself brings in for children. But this is not really it's a film that of course children can watch, but the message is not really so like where you like, this is kiddish and stuff like that. So nevertheless, let's go over the cast. You got Chris Evans, who's playing the voice of Buzz Lightyear. Keke Palmer is playing as the voice of Izzy Hawthorne. Then you have Uzo Aduba plays as Alicia Hawthorne, which is Izzy's grandmother. And anybody else that's James Brolin plays as Zurg. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. plays as Burnside. Now, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. A lot of people know him from the he's done other films, but when I first came across him, he was in the show The Wire, and his saying was "shit." That was his saying or whatever. So nevertheless, let's get into the storyline. So this is a standalone film. We know the Toy Story was the toys. The toys came to life, and they had their own storyline after the toys came to life from the with the kids or whatever. However, this Lightyear, I don't know if this is supposed to be a prequel to his backstory, but has nothing really to do with this Toy Story series. And they make, of course, Buzz Lightyear from the world he comes from. He's a human and everything. So he's part of a space program, him and Alicia Hawthorne, where she was pretty much like his superior, and she believed in him. And they got stranded on this planet, and no way to get back home. And so part of the space program, his mission was to get them back home and get them off of the planet they were on. And so what took place is they had a spaceship or whatever that they were using, and he had to get it to a certain level. Now what they noticed the first time he went through the portal for the spaceship, when he came back, it wasn't a success. But on what's happening with him, it just was like regular time, maybe a day or so. But in real life, it was 4 years have passed. So he missed time. On his end, he's not aging, but 4 years have passed. So during that 4 years, he came back and they briefed him. He kept trying. And so when he first came back, he was given a robot cat that basically was programmed to be an AI in the form of a cat, but was highly intelligent and could think on its own and everything like that. So he was given that as a gift from Alicia, and that would look out for him or whatever. So at first he didn't have no family, of course, and he wasn't warming up to the cat robot, but then he eventually warmed up to the cat because the cat was intelligent. So and the cat, he finds out the cat could do a lot of things. So nevertheless, he keeps trying, and as he's trying, each year he's trying is speeding up the years. So he missed everything. Meanwhile, on that planet, Alicia was growing old, and she didn't had a son, and her son had a daughter. And so one of the times he happened to come back and he looked, and there was a message left for him, and it was from Alicia, where pretty much she was old, she was sick, and she was telling him about time. She was like basically saying, it's been 2 years, you'll be coming back soon, and by the time you come, I won't be here. And she just looking at herself saying, I got old. What she did do, she let her granddaughter Izzy come into the video, and basically the granddaughter was saying, I'm going to be a space ranger, and she was like, going to be a space ranger like Buzz? She said, no, like you. And so that was cool on that point. So when he came back, she had passed away. But when he came back this time, after he left that time, what happened is when he came back, when Alicia had passed away, the robot discovered the problem that he was having with the ship, and gave him the correct formula on what to do. So when he put the formula together, they were shutting down the program. And so when they shut down the program, he forcefully left. This time when he went through the force field and the portal, he was successful. But when he came back, it was 22 years later this time. So now the planet was different. As soon as he came back, the planet was under attack with robots, and he was right in the middle of it. And of course, he got saved by a person in a suit. He didn't know who it was, but of course you could hear the voice. You knew this was going to be Izzy. So Izzy helped him save him, and Izzy and her crew, they're like rookies in the academy in a sense, and they are pretty much trying to get their feet wet, but they don't have no field experience on nothing. And they just basically been going through regular training in the academy and stuff like that. So he's Gary, meet the whole crew, and you got the adventures with that. And now he faced with having to be a leader when he never really had to be a leader. He's really been solo this whole time with no family. And he's basically been solo with no family. So he, on his end, is used to being solo, so he's not looking to partner up with anybody or help anybody along. So he has to grow into being a leader and grow into teamwork and caring about more than other people than just himself. So that's what the storyline of the film is about. Leadership, teamwork, family, people growing with one another. So at the end, you find out that the head robots that was attacking the planet was him from the future. So him from the future was going through those portals and ended up shooting through a portal far in the future, but then discovered with the new technology in the future that he could portal back into time. And so what he was doing was coming back to get the Buzz of the present day and let them rule together. But then the Buzz of current day is like, no, that's not what we should do. And so they became, of course, well, if you're not with me, then you're against me. So they had a fight with each other, and then of course Buzz and his crew end up winning. But at the end, it's probably like 3 post-credit scenes, and at the very end, you see that Zurg, which was the robot that the future Buzz Lightyear name was still alive, and that's how it went on. So overall, decent film to watch. Most adults wouldn't just tune into it, but I watch all types of movies, and that came across my airways as something to watch, and so I tuned in. But if you got kids or younger nieces, nephews, and y'all looking for something to watch, you watch Lightyear, then you'll see what I mean when you watch it. You're like, okay, they put it in the kid form with the animation, but the message is relatable to adults. So out of my 4-star rating system, I give this movie a 2.5 out of 4 stars. I can see where somebody could rate it higher than that, but for my rating, 2.5 out of 4 stars. Overall, decent film. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Until next time.